I came across this video, Indian Diet Exposed, Vegetarian and Vegan versus Non-Veg Diet Debate with Sangeeta Iyer, Top Nutritionist, by Dr. Pal. When it comes to Indian nutritionists, India's a very fascinating country. You have such smart people in India that still spread so much misinformation. Like, you still have doctors promoting a keto diet to so many Indians. You still have so many people, doing all of these yo-yo diets. Like, when it comes to nutrition, people are desperate in India, and there's a lot of money to be made when it comes to spreading misinformation. So you have a lot of people spreading misinformation. I have no idea what this video is going to be like, but there is a chapter called The Problem with Vegan Diet. I've been vegan for 6 years now, so let's see if I'm going to watch this and decide not to be vegan anymore.
One, and if you're going to have only plants, okay, whole food plant based.
WFPB.
Exactly. Whole food plant based, and you're what vegans do. Even dairy is not there. Remove dairy because dairy is an animal protein. Indian vegetarians have a strange confusion with that, but we'll leave that apart. If you're going to do whole food plant based, and let's say you want to hit a protein target of 70 grams. To hit that protein target, and let's say your standard calorie intake per day for you to lose some weight or whatever it is, maintenance is 1800 calories. You will have to, you will automatically go to up to 2500 calories. Number one, your caloric intake will go high. Two, you have to probably count for more plant protein because it is less bioavailable.
No, you don't have to go eat 2000 calories just to hit 70 grams of protein. Right now, my diet, I eat 2300 calories a day. I hit around 160 to 170 grams of protein easily, very easily. So I have no idea why people have this strange confusion with, like hitting your protein levels. They think that to hit something like 70 grams of protein, you need to eat this much food when you really don't. Like, I don't know where that even comes from. When you look at seitan, I never know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but when you look at seitan, it's 80 grams of protein for 400 calories. 80 grams of protein for 400 calories. I love it because it's so easy to hit my protein goals while staying in a very low calorie deficit, so I can, enjoy other foods to make up my calorie intake. They don't look at soy, they don't look at seitan as like actual protein sources. I don't know why, but you don't need to eat that much food just to eat 70 grams of protein. It's just not true. Like, even the pasta that I eat, it's a protein pasta. It has 90 grams of protein in one whole packet, 90 grams of protein for 1200 calories. So
there are two challenges, which is why if you look at people who are vegetarian, and let me take some common examples. We know vegan bodybuilders, vegan athletes, vegetarian bodybuilders, vegetarian gym trainers, they are not going whole hog on rajma and dal. They supplement with a whey protein, because that little bit of whey protein or processed plant protein, even whether it is pea protein or soy protein, in smaller number of calories gives you the complete nutrition.
Like I said, it's not just, you don't have to eat protein powder. I'm on a cut right now, and I hate protein powder at the moment. There might be a time where I love it again, but right now I prefer eating food more than protein powder because I feel hungry and I just prefer eating food, and I'm still hitting 170 grams of protein without consuming protein powder. So you don't need protein powder. That's another myth. You do not need protein powder to hit your protein goals. The only reason I like protein powder, and I feel like most people, is because it's easy. It's convenient. Let's say you're busy on time and you need to hit your protein goals. Like, if I'm traveling, especially when I'm traveling, protein powder is a blessing. I would have 2 scoops in the morning, and then, that's 50, 60 grams of protein right there. And then I have the whole day to make up the rest of my protein. And it's just so easy. It's convenient. It's not out of necessity. It's out of convenience.
They're Indian vegetarian, basically non-egg eating vegetarians, what we call lacto-vegetarian.
Lacto-vegetarian.
Yeah. Some are over-lacto-vegetarian.
They drink milk.
Yeah, dairy is there. So there I have to explain that, listen, paneer, a little bit of milk if you're able to tolerate it. That's again very different. A lot of South Indians after the age of 30, 35 don't tolerate milk. But if they can, yes. So paneer.
Well, just a
milk.
point on that is, we'll come back to the thought
Sure,
process.
sure,
I just
sure,
wanted to add this point that this lactase deficiency, we are seeing a lot in my practice because they come with bloating. I'll tell you, my close friend, he had bloating. Okay, and he called me. He's a cardiologist. He said, dude, I have bloating. What do I do? I said, first stop the filter coffee in the morning.
It's almost like humans weren't meant to drink milk from another animal. Like if you're lactose intolerant, I was lactose intolerant. I still am, but I just don't know because I don't drink milk. I don't consume dairy. Like, just don't consume milk. Like, it's like your body's telling you, you don't need this. Your body doesn't want this. So, like, if you're lactose intolerant, just stop consuming. I mean, obviously, I think everyone should go vegan, but it's so simple. Like, your body's telling you not to consume this one thing, yet you have so many people complaining that they're lactose intolerant. Like, just don't consume dairy. It's that easy.
Second, that's the one form of soy is highly processed, further processed in the name of soy chap. So India has a product called soy chap, which a lot of vegetarians eat thinking it is the tandoori chicken equivalent.
I love soya chop. Disclaimer, soy chop is amazing. It's so high in protein, and like if you make it healthy, if you cook it yourself, it's beautiful. I eat it so much. I prefer soya chop more than soya chunks because it's easier to cook. It's already been, cooked. You just have to, like, there's no soaking, there's none of that process. You just add it straight into whatever you want to add.
But it is a lot of vegetable oil mixed with maida. So it is junk.
I see.
And then more oil brushed on it in a
ultra-processed?
tandoor. Completely ultra processed.
Right?
And a lot of vegetarians eat that thinking they're getting some high protein option like a tandoori chicken outside. So that form of soy is avoidable.
I don't know what her point is. Like, if you're eating soya chop is like, let's say it's like chicken. You can make chicken really unhealthy. I mean, I hate using this. I hate using this comparison, but I don't know what else. Like in her world, like it's like chicken. Like you can make chicken really healthy without using much oil, without using, like a ton of calorie adding substances. Or you can make it really unhealthy. You can make it into a junk food like fried chicken, fried that, like chicken tikka. Like it's not chicken that's unhealthy. It's the way you make it. And the same with soya chop. Like if you go into an Indian store and you buy a can of soya chop, that's healthy. When you look at the calories, it's protein. It's mostly protein and like little fat, little carbs. That's healthy. You take that and you can make it into whatever you want. And the same here. It's just like chicken. You can make it. Like if you talk about chicken, you're not just going to be like, oh, chicken's unhealthy. No, it's how you make it that makes it unhealthy or healthy.
The savior has been tempeh. And there are one or two brands that have launched tempeh in India, which are more crunchy. And they have come with some Szechuan, that little bit of flavor, which is great.
But for me, I've tried both.
You've tried both?
But I absolutely love tofu. Tempeh taste is not that good for me.
Very individual. Very individual.
But tofu, I've seen many people.
Yes. Younger people like it, who are exposed to. So a lot of vegetarians, if you've traveled to Southeast Asia, it can be a challenge to, everything is meat based. So younger people who've traveled, who've experimented. Some people I recommend to do a paneer tofu mix, which then each taste balances each other.
Wow, that's a good idea.
What happens is you cut down the fat content of the paneer if you're watching your calories that carefully.
I do watch my calories very carefully. I measure everything that I eat. I make sure that I'm hitting my calories, hitting my protein. And honestly, there have been days where all I eat is lentils and beans and whole foods, like no protein powder. No, nothing processed. It's just been purely whole foods, plant-based. And I've still been managed to hit my protein goals being in a calorie deficit. And I think that when you talk to people who aren't really experienced when it comes to vegan food, they think that you need to eat thousands and thousands of calories just to hit a protein number, like I said. And it's just not true. Like, you have seitan, you have soy. These things are so high in protein for so low calories. And I think that is a game changer. And also protein powder. If protein powder, like I said, convenience. And sometimes when I don't feel like eating much, then I would implement protein powder. But this notion that, you have to eat whey, you have to eat something vegetarian to hit that quality protein, it's just not true, and it's been debunked. If you're vegan, as long as you're eating from a wide variety of sources, if you're not just eating one source, if you're not just like eating from red lentils, but you're mixing red lentils with rice, you're having, beans, you're having tofu, you're eating from a wide variety of sources, that's all that matters. You're going to hit your protein goals. You're going to hit every single amino acid that you need for the day to build muscle, and you will be fine, as long as you're not just eating from one source of protein for the whole day. And I appreciate that she makes the clear difference between vegan and vegetarian, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people think that veganism is vegetarians who don't eat egg, or like the doctor assumed. But veganism is a moral philosophy to not consume animals. You're against animal cruelty. And I think that's very important to bring up whenever you talk about veganism. Like, it's not just some diet. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with caste, but everything to do with animals. So this notion that you need to eat so much food to hit your protein goals, it's like, it's a meme. It's a joke that's been debunked. Like 80 grams of protein for 400 calories, that's the world we live in right now as a vegan. And who cares if it's processed? Every meat that you eat, most meat, everyone eats processed foods. Processed foods aren't bad for you. It's all about, the quality of that food and making sure that you're eating from a wide variety of sources. And soy isn't bad for you. Tofu isn't bad for you. None of these foods are bad for you at all. Like, as much as people would say soy is processed, soy is this, soy is that, estrogen levels, I've made videos on it before. That's been debunked. It's not true. Soy has phytoestrogen, and it doesn't even affect your body's estrogen levels like that. In fact, like synthetic testosterone, the thing that bodybuilders inject to build muscle, is literally made from soy. So vegan, just make sure you're eating from a wide variety of sources, and be careful, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of people that say things like lentils aren't a protein source, which is just crazy. Like, if someone said that just a few years back, if someone said lentils isn't a protein source, that's a joke. Like, when you think of vegan protein, you think of lentils, beans, soy, all of these different foods. They are a protein. Just because something has carbs in it does not make it not a protein.